All right, let's get started. So the purpose of this video is to show a little bit of gameplay, get a feeling for um, both just what I'm doing, but also my thought process. So I'll also talk through why I'm making the decisions that I'm making. I mostly play Kenor. I don't know. There are other heroes I like too, but I feel like he has a good skill set, and specifically, I feel like he's a good hero against maps that are hard to that you get locked in. I feel like sometimes in maps it'll feel like impossible for you to win, and it'll feel impossible for them to win too. And I feel like Kenor is good at that. So I'm playing against Rudo, so obviously I'm going to be just watching for when he gets his ultimate skill. I think getting control of these middle territories is of very high strategic importance. So we're going to start with that. I think he's going to get that middle one, and I'm not going to contest it right now. I just think that's too prone to failure, and I feel like I'm doing fine without that. So we're going to start by just reinforcing all these buildings. I'm going to turn this into something useful, because that's in a totally non-useful place for a tower. Pretty confident that I can just outreact him at this point. So basically the idea here is at this point I just want my ultimate. Because I feel confident that once I do that, that I can get this this middle one, and once I have that, I think I have the game actually. So I'm doing a couple of things here. One of them is that I'm attacking a little bit just to build some mana, I guess it's called here. Let's try this, by the way. And Rudo has like zero counterplay to this. Like, there's nothing Rudo can do about this except for like, I don't know, he may be able to send enough troops to retake this here. And I probably overcommitted it there, but honestly, I don't think it'll be a big deal. I have so many resources at my disposal, and at this point, I'm too, whatever they're called. Okay, and he goes up. So that's more or less what I would expect it to happen. So on a map like that, okay, so we have a triplex here. We have Kree and Pahom, both of which use more or less the same technique against me, which is that they will try to take a building. I don't think I have any early aggressors here. They will try to... God, I hate when that happens. They're going to try to take a building. Okay, so... Jeez, I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm going to try it. Nope, that was a terrible idea, and I regret it. I regret it horribly. I wish I hadn't done this. So what I was thinking is, okay, he took all 3 territories. I know he's overextended. The problem is now he's had enough time. I think I actually lost the game with that. Maybe I should have just backed off once I realized that it hadn't worked, but I felt so committed to the move. Orange has not taken advantage of the fact that I'm now completely overcommitted, and so I'm going to do it one more time. Not because I think it's a good idea, but because I think if I don't take this territory right now, I'll be so far behind that there's no way I can possibly win. Okay, so can I withstand this attack? This puts me in a great position. I love the timing of that freeze. Let's pretend that I did that on purpose. So let's upgrade that building. We're actually in a place here where, we're not in good shape, but I feel like there is at least a decent chance that we get to play. As long as they're really stupid. What they should be doing is attacking me really aggressively right now. Oh shit, I should be attacking green really aggressively. Why is his troop count so low? I mean, that was the right call on his part, I guess. Why his troop count is still so low? Like, there's no way I don't take this right now. Right? Right? No? How was I wrong there? I don't know. I feel like I must have not understood something about what just happened. And I feel like it was like a game-losing misunderstanding. I really don't know what I did wrong there. I have to use my ultimate for this stupid building. I hate this. I hate this game so much. Oh my god. And now they're gonna take this. This was just a comedy of error after error. I will not subject you to any more of this. I'm sorry. GG, go next. Okay, so my fundamental error there was a couple of things. The first thing is that that I just like misjudged those overcommitments, and I did not pay attention to the freeze timing. But then also I think I like threw good money after bad. Sometimes you make a mistake and then you feel really committed to it, but that sense of commitment is false. You're not really committed to that. There's no one that's actually actively taken advantage of, that overcommitment. And so you really can just say oops and not follow up on that. By the way, doing this while talking is harder than I thought. Okay. So things are going well so far. He's moving really, really slowly. I should be able to take this and then take that in pretty short succession. They fucked up here, and I think I may be able to take advantage of that. And I will bolster that real quick here. Let's grab this dude. I might be able to keep that anyway. I think he undercommitted to that. He sure did. Alright, and as long as we soften this up, he really has no counterplay to this, because he can't move his troops there quickly enough. And boom, he's gone. Easy enough. Alrighty. Okay, I hate this so much. So I feel like this is what inevitably happens. He's gonna go like that, I'm gonna go like that. Okay, the only question is whether, and I think I'll survive the blue, but I don't think I'll survive the second. I actually might. Oh, whoops, I wish I had done that. Man, that sucks. Oh, but for some reason he's, oh, because he can't. Okay, that was just a ridiculous. I hate this map so much. I think it, like, really, if you get unlucky and someone attacks you, then the next person who attacks you will certainly win. No amount of skill can save you in that round. Something that I've experimented with is sending one troop into that middle, the middle silo or whatever they're called. And I think sometimes that offers a better opportunity for a skill win, just because each of your very minimal number of troops is becomes a lot more effective. But it's so easy to retake, and I don't know. It's very much a crapshoot. Okay, so now we have Pahom Cree again, and okay, so actually, Star, I forget what her name is, but she's a much bigger threat, I think. At least to Kenor. We'll see if we can take this too. I think we can, though. It will take a lot of commitment, though. I don't love this. This is one of those things where even if I win the small scale battle, I may lose the war, just because the other teams are, or like the other people are playing at a faster pace than I am. So now I need to just catch up here. Although, honestly, like, for some reason, red is not moving very quickly at all. I think I have this on the pocket. I think I'm just a bad player. So I think at this point, just in terms of maximizing the amount of the amount of points that just the quickness that I'm getting through games. The best choice here is to just get a bunch of troops here, and then right now I have 95. Pretty soon I should be able to take one of these buildings here, and then very soon after I should be able to take the second. Let's get some silos going. So I actually think I can defend here just fine. The reason, by the way, that I said that I thought that she was a bigger danger than most of the other heroes that I face is because she has an answer to my ultimate, and no one else really does. Her answer to the ultimate is that when I send in my troops, she can, as soon as the bomb goes down, she can reinforce the building immediately by converting them with the treason dealy. And so it's potential that instead of having like a guaranteed capture, instead I just have like a maybe capture, and so the troop count that it takes to guarantee a building is much, much higher. So this map comes up a lot, but this is a different variety than I'm used to playing. Usually I'm used to this just being it's just like a normal domination one, if I'm using the right word. But this one is, I don't know the names of any of the modes. But the big difference here is that we're going to have one fewer building, and that means that it makes it even more important to get those really quickly. Right now I'm relatively vulnerable to someone coming through here, but based on his movements so far, he doesn't look like he's aware of that, and so I'm going to take advantage of just him being sort of lackadaisical, and I am just going to take a whole bunch of buildings that he should be taking. With this here, there's absolutely no way that he can take this. By the way, it was set to 100% somehow. I don't know how. But now, with that, we should be able to take this here, I think. But we'll find out. I'm basically taking advantage of the same vulnerability that he should have taken advantage of, although it didn't work. So, figure that out. Alright. My troop count is plenty high enough to do this. And once I have troops coming from here... That's annoying. Okay, so I saw that he was sending troops over there, and so I was able to capture that building, which is awesome because it means that I don't need to use my ultimate for it. Who are we playing again? I don't even remember. Kree? Okay. Oh shit. I just very slightly underestimated that, but it's okay. He knew that he lost. And that's the important thing is not to win. It's to make sure that they understand that you have already won and there's no way they could possibly win. And I think there's such a psychological element to this game, especially because the games are so quick and it's so easy to surrender. I think a lot of times people will give up, even if you're just head-to-head even with them. If you can make a couple of decisive victories in a row and really make them feel outclassed or something like that, it's really shocking how easily people will give up, even at higher skill ranks. On this account, I'm 31 or something like that. On my other account, my mobile account, this is all PC. On my other account, I just hit 4,000. And one of the big aha moments for me that started making me win again after plateauing for a while in the mid to low 3,000s was like, holy shit, people do not take advantage of opportunities as often as you would think. They just, they just let you have it for some reason. Either because they're, not paying attention or whatever. So you know, we want to be the person that does pay attention, that takes advantage of more opportunities than they do, and doesn't leave their thing on 100% all the time for some reason. And we want to be a little bit more efficient, and we also want to not leave as many openings. Alright, so I'm not super happy about this. I shouldn't be even with him, and I think there's a lot of inefficiency right now in this game, you know, on my end, and I think part of it is just because I'm not used to streaming and playing at the same time, or not streaming, you know what I mean, recording, that thing there. Alright, so this was actually a terrible idea on his part, but I love that he's concentrating troops there. That will work out just fine for me. I don't know why he did that, but that was pretty ideal. So this is Pahom, which means that, you know, that win is not guaranteed by any means. So when I need to like really aggressively send in reinforcements, normally, yeah, see here, I didn't even get it this time. Normally I could wait a while because I know that troop count would be just fine. But in this case, I know that my troop count can suddenly drop down to 0. Even so, it's really not that big a deal. He used his ultimate quite a bit after mine, and that means that the timing of mine coming back on will be favorable to me. So this is really just a waiting game, so that means that I can just, you know, push up a little bit of this. Okay, his troop count is significantly higher. Why is that? Oh, it's because he doesn't have this tower here, but I want this tower. I like this tower. I think I could use probably one more forge. That's what they're called, forges. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. But now I have... Okay, he's a complete idiot. Concentrating troops there was a massive mistake. I don't even understand. Okay, so I'm turning this into a tower now. Not because I want a tower there in particular, but because it means that if he recaptures it, for some period of time, it will be useless to him. And that's what I want. I want a useless building. It also means that it's just difficult to capture. Oh, Dora. Alright, so this is not the right call. I just, like, was spaced out, and I knew that, like, this timing here is of critical importance. So what I did is I just sent everything to here. The reason that's such a bad idea is because this building could have been captured at the same time, and that would have given me, you know, a much-needed advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and just start taking buildings here. Maybe I should have taken that first. I'm not going to bother with that yet. I am going to start building toward a forge here. This is Dora, so I don't need to worry about anything particular. I am going to just send all of these troops here. And let's just get all of these moving in the right direction. That was a well-placed tornado. I really like that. That was nice. Man, that was a really good tornado. I really like that. There was another person who has a good answer to Kenor, and it's not the same. Like, he doesn't have a direct answer. I just need to play the defense game here real quick. I think I'm actually fine here. I think that was an overreaction. Because that just does so much damage. So this is actually surprisingly weak ability, and the reason is because there's just so few troops that move through it. Yeah, I think I'm fine here. I don't even know that she's happy with that. Man, I do not like this. This is bad. So usually I like to control the action of the game, you know what I mean? And I'm not controlling the action here. They're definitely controlling the pace. So we're going to see if we can get a tower down here. I think that'd be really useful. Really nice tornado. If I can get reinforcements there, that would be really big. 35, fuck. Okay, I've lost. Never mind, they disconnected? What a bizarre win. This was a mistake here. Oh, what just happened? I hate this. Okay, so I don't know if I lose rank when that happens. I have no idea what it is. Sometimes it just crashes. And I never have a solid enough idea what my rank is to like keep track. So I think I can outcommit him on this. God, I hope I'm right. Yeah, Alright, so that ended up well. That's too bad though. I really should have acted sooner there. That would have been a lot better. Okay, I need to be doing things over here. This is the right move for him. I don't think Man, I could have. I just didn't do it early enough. This is not nearly as good, but it did work. So I really feel like in this recording in general, partly because I'm talking, but I don't know, just also because of where I'm at tonight. I feel like a little behind the 8 ball. I feel like I'm making a lot of mistakes. But the nice thing is that in this game, everyone is making a lot of mistakes. You know, I'm not like behaving like close to optimally, and you know, like we're fighting over just like scraps of optimization. We are all really far away from optimal play. I don't remember when the flame comes out the first time, and I'm worried about this, but it looks like he's not taking advantage of that. That's another situation where he probably wasn't paying close enough attention, which, I mean, frankly, that makes sense. I'm not paying that much attention to him either. I think in this game, what I've learned is that I can usually outpace people just by kind of building quickly and anticipating. And when I can't do that, I usually lose. So, yeah, that just is what it is. Okay, so I really need forges, desperately. one of the nice things about building forges is that in those early encounters, when you do make a mistake in terms of where you think they're attacking, a lot of times it just doesn't matter because you can retake so inexpensively. So I just don't see a lot of action coming from him in the next like 30 seconds. So this is a good time to build. I think having like a game sense for that, it's one of those things that I don't have good reasons for, but I feel like it's pretty reliable in terms of like whether I think someone will attack. In this particular mode, there's like a cadence to it, right? So the idea there was alright, so that was sloppy, but it worked. So basically, I knew what he was doing or where he was going. And so because I knew that he was attacking one of my buildings, I immediately started to try to move buildings away from it. Because if I, units away from it, because if I move units away from it, that means that they're not going to some random place, it means they're going to a place of my choosing, nearby. So anytime that I know exactly where he's going, I'm going to try to move troops away and then move other troops in. Him doing this is a huge waste of energy for him. Although it doesn't matter because he actually, he has his ultimate up. That's kind of scary, actually. So what are we doing here? Alright, no big deal. Okay, crisis averted. I think that was really sloppily managed by him. I think a lot of times people will try to attack multiple buildings because they feel like it makes them really difficult to anticipate. But the truth is, it's pretty easy to plan for small unit counterattacks. To just have your units distributed in a way where it's really difficult to oh, that was 4,200. I'm surprised. He was pretty bad. Yeah, it's really easy to distribute your units in a way where it's really difficult to take them with low unit count, and you have nearby things that you can just sort of like allocate allocate units that are nearby. So I really believe that if you're, I don't know, against the opponents I play against anyway. I hate these free falls. Yeah, so I really think that if you're, if you're trying to multi-attack, that you should choose your targets very, very carefully, and that the targets should be like near each other, and that there should be like no more than 2. Because unless you just have enough units, or you have some reason to suspect that they have very low unit count. Okay, this is actually really good. There are, 100 is a lot. So I feel really confident that... Okay, so time is totally of the essence here, right? I actually don't know what just happened. So, isn't this antline supposed to be gone now? I'm confused. Like, what happens if it's like... I wonder if it's because they, do we have to take all the buildings first? Is that what's going on? So I guess as long as we're thinking about this, we really need another forge. Okay, that is what it was. So I thought it was just like... So this is one of those situations where he just like kind of outthought himself. Oh my god, 5,200, are you kidding? But yeah, he just sort of like outplayed himself. There was really no reason he had to lose that. It didn't have to be that decisive of a victory. I think he just maybe got overconfident, or I don't know. Okay, I never know exactly what to do here, but I think it's go over here. That's not what I've been doing at other times. Interesting. That's not what I expected him to do. What is he doing? I was like, that was such an unexpected move from him that I like totally lost track of what I was trying to do over here. What a weird choice to make. And so expensive. I don't know why you would do that, but I'll take it. So, if I had, like, I should have reacted a lot faster, and, like, that was a situation that I should have been able to take advantage of, and I just didn't. I'm kind of hoping that he does this. Oh, how nice of him. This makes it so much easier for me. So this condition over here, where I'm going to have all the buildings over here, and he's still struggling to get control of his own half of the map. This is so favorable for me. There's just no way in which this is going well for him at all. I think I'm pretty much already able to take this. Oh shit. Doesn't really matter that much, but let's go ahead and do this. Alright, he's also pretty, oh, okay. I've always wondered how the elo system works with this. I wonder if it, like, detects that, you know, you have a much higher than average win rate, and so it pairs you with more skilled players. But I think that's just like a... I don't think that's true, because I also get paired with some pretty awful players. I don't know what to do on this one. I'm not familiar with this one. But I do think that this would be successful. I really want more units, though. That's what I want. And I wonder how many I can spare. I don't really know, though. This is what I'm gonna try, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna take advantage of that fail. Okay, so at this point, it's going to be really hard for him to win. He's just moving way too slow. I think he's like kind of seeing this game the wrong way. You know what I mean? I think he's like trying to see it as like a hold territory kind of game, but it's not at all. This is just like a blitzkrieg game. Yeah. That game should not have gone like that. Okay, yeah, that's his level of skill really showed I think, in that situation. Sorry, I had girlfriend things to attend to. And I did that thing again! For the love of God. Okay, so this is really bad. And I'm not really sure what he's trying to accomplish here, but this is going to be really disastrous for him. This is going to totally make up for that that weak start that I had. I feel really glad that that happened. So I'm pretty sure he's going to go for this. Oh no, actually maybe he won't. This is much easier to defend, and I would much rather have this. So let's... I'm a little nervous about taking too many troops out of this area. Yeah, he really committed to that, didn't he? That might have been a good move, actually. I like that. I don't have any problem with that. And I really don't have a good answer to it. I think I need more... I was hoping we wouldn't do this. This is a tough game. And I feel like I'm just losing some of these fights, and it's just devastating. But I don't think I'm losing because of that initial fight. I think I'm losing because of other decisions that I'm making poorly. I needed to actually capture that successfully and quickly, and I didn't. Instead, I just didn't. Okay, that's good. That's actually really good. I'm pretty happy about that. And I desperately need mana. I just desperately need mana. But I think he's been really good at forcing me to commit it to things like this that I don't want to commit it to. That's bad. I don't like that at all. The what do you call it? The bright side of the rainbow? What am I trying to say? The bright side here is that I have really high morale now because he's attacked so much and I have managed to defend successfully a lot. Okay, so I'm going to attack here purely because I know that he's sent troops there recently, and so I think it's more likely that I can kind of slow him down just a little bit. I really need to control the momentum of this game more effectively. And jeez, I don't know how I possibly stand in the way of that. Can I do the same thing again here? Okay, so I don't really like the exchange there. What I ended up with was that's an interesting choice. I don't know why he keeps doing that. I think, you know what I think? I think he just forgets how it's going to route. I think that's all that's happening. So a lot of people would drop out, by the way, here, and for good reason. This is not looking good. However, so I think he's going to use the that thing that takes down the armor of the building. Oh, no, he won't, actually. He should have. I mean, that would have just ended me, just like that. Now instead I have this big burst of morale, and I wonder if I can use it. so the reason I went for this is because it's the one thing that really makes a difference in this defense. You know, troop count will not make that difference. Troop count will never make it so that I can stand toe-to-toe with all this shit. However, a forge, so that I have 2 forges to his 1, does. And actually, I think I might be able to just take this. Yep. Okay, that's really good. I think there's a possibility here. I don't think there's a... I think it's still pretty rough for me, but I do have a lot of morale right now. And I feel like he's... Oh, shit. Okay. Well, there was that. So I don't know if he disconnected or if he got frustrated or... you know, I think sometimes... this happens all the time, actually. Sometimes I'll mess up and the other player clearly knows that they should win. Like, they have more troops, and sometimes they have really high morale, or whatever. And if you can just defend a couple of times really successfully, a lot of times it's like they just lose motivation, I guess. I don't think this will be successful. I think I will need help here, which I meant to send immediately and didn't, and I will pay for that, certainly. Okay, this is not going well at all. Jeez. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this. How is he? Oh, because he hasn't taken anything else. Okay. I was like, I saw him take that, and I was like, how is he taking a contested structure this early? Like, even when I'm slow, I'm not that slow, you know? But it's because he has sacrificed that. Okay, so I think the right call here is to take his middle structure, because I can do it without using my ultimate, and then I can save my ultimate for grabbing this back. I don't know why he did that. Like, he's not going to take this building. He's... Okay. I mean, good job. And like, now the scariest thing he has is gone. Like, I am no longer afraid of him at all. And why should I be? His, like, the scary ability for him is the ability to... Okay, so this is really stupid. So I think that he is, like, using this cloud and then sending everyone... Oh, well, I mean, he did take the forge back, so I guess it wasn't stupid. Ultimately, he did what he needed to. If I were him, though, I'd be kind of scared, because I now have a tremendous amount of morale. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't agree with his skill use choices. I just think fundamentally when you use them for, like, kind of petty things or whatever, that it ends up really detracting from your ability to act powerfully on the map and to have people respond to you. You know what I mean? I feel like it allows... and that was really nice, by the way. One of my favorite things about Kenor's ultimate is that it allows you to... Oh, jeez, did you just take that? One of my favorite things about Kenor's ultimate is that it does allow you to attack or to kill nearby units as well, not just... Oh, I was really hoping I could take that. That sucks. Okay, this is dangerous. I hate this cloud thing, by the way. I think it's a really good ability. I think it's a really strong ability, especially just like against my skill level. I just don't... I don't know what the right call was there. Man, he's playing this so well. I'm so psyched. I feel like usually I get really crappy players here. And now I'm going to take this, which is good. Jeez, I think so, anyway. If I don't take this, it's actually a really big deal. Like, it's a huge problem. Oh, and I love this move by him. I think that was totally the right move. That definitely could have worked. So the fact that I don't take that tower means a few things, but mostly it just means that... man, I don't like this. Mostly it means that in order to win, I need to wait a long time. I don't think I lost anything there. I'm going to distribute a little bit more. That cloud thing is fucking me up, man. I really like how he's playing this character, though. I think it's really easy for characters to, or people to play Mardio as like just like a pure ultimate character, and he really isn't. He's a low cooldown character. That's like fundamentally what he is. The fact that these like really high level skills are so low cooldown, that's what makes him powerful, not like the power of the ultimate itself. If you're just looking at the power of the ultimate itself, I think it's a little underwhelming, actually. I don't love my timing there, but it's good enough. And now I just need to... Okay, yeah, I think I defended in time. Okay, I feel happy with that. And he just used the... Okay, so I'm worried that he's going to take advantage of some of the defenses that I've been using here. But it doesn't look like he is, so I'll keep sending stuff in. It looks like he's still sending a lot of units there. Which is, like, kind of ridiculous. I don't know why he's doing this. So I'm partly sending this, sending these salvos just in case it hits something, but I'm also doing it so that he's forced to distribute his units. If I get lazy about this, and just like, okay, that worked out really nicely. I did not think that he would be so careless. By the way, I love Kenor's W. I didn't use it barely at all for a long time. But man, it is so powerful. It just rips through troops so quickly. Okay, I feel like I earned that one. But for 2580, he played really, really well. I would not have guessed that was his level. I mean, that other guy was 4200 or whatever, and you know, he went down easily. And then here's this guy at 20-something hundred, and he's putting up just a really good fight. And, you know, I felt like I gained a better understanding of Mardio just, like, watching him play it. So, you know, kudos for him, and I'm sure he'll be making it up really quickly. So I always struggle with level of aggression on these free-for-alls. Because, again, your aggression can be punished in a way that cannot be countered. However, I guess I just don't... Like, you can't win playing conservative either. You know what I mean? So, you might as well fucking go for it. That Q is such a good ability at low levels. It's a lot like Rudo's first ability. But honestly, it's better. Like, it scales so much better because as your units get better, it gets better. Now, it is a worse ability to start with, given, because it does, Rudo's ability does give it a flat bonus instead of, you know, the scaling bonus. Should I be attacking this? I don't know. I just have, I feel like I just want this tower. That's what I want. I don't really want to play that game. I feel like with decree, like, one of the things you need is just, like, more units. You know what I mean? Like, more, or not more units, more buildings. Geez, that's really bad. I hate that he got both of those. Luckily, it was kind of close. So. I don't know what he's doing. I feel like he's not playing. I don't know, I'm having trouble getting a beat on him, and I feel like I'm playing poorly, partly because I'm just curious what he'll do. Okay. Oh, successful defense. Eesh. That was kind of close. I don't know if that will hold up. Ooh, just barely. Ooh, just barely. If only he knew how close that had been. Okay, so this is a situation where, again, I'm very far behind because of very poor decisions that I made. So he should not actually be... Oh, okay. I guess that wasn't the worst idea. That was the worst idea, though. Like, that was just terrible. He gave up something that was, like, valuable for something that wasn't. And, like, here it is, another person leaving. And the reason is because, I swear to God, this is true. The reason is because he knows that he should win, and he isn't. Like, he knows that he should be crushing me, and he isn't. And the reason he's not is because he's doing stupid shit. But I feel like you can win so many games, even if you make terrible mistakes, just by, like, defending well and, like, not giving up immediately as soon as, yeah, you know what I mean. And I think that surely that must be skill level dependent. You know, surely, like, you know, once you're at a higher skill level, surely people aren't doing that same thing. Did I do that too early? Maybe. Usually I don't go for this, and I feel like it might be a better option, so I'm just going to try it out. I'm also going to try taking this tower before I have my ult. I was really hoping he would attack that tower for me. That would have been so nice. Oh shit. So once again, I do the same thing. I'd really like to get a forge going on back here. Okay, what is he attacking? I'm curious. What's he attacking? That's not gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. Oh jeez, I like totally lost sight. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired. I think I might be too tired to play this right now. That was honestly the stupidest thing. And like, I never even made my forge. That was like the whole reason I got distracted in the first place. So there's just things happening. Okay. We're gonna see if we can wrest another one here from the jaws of defeat. We're gonna take advantage of the fact that it just sank a lot of troops into that. Oh god, I hope that doesn't... Oh, motherfucker. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. There's just no way. And I still have not made the forge. Still. Okay. I mean, no wonder I'm fucking losing. I don't have any forges. That's like the #1 sin at this level is not having adequate forges. I mean, I still don't build nearly enough. I should be building like one for every 4 units minimum, one for every 4 items minimum. See that? Like why is she whining? Like, she's doing great. Why is she upset? The reason she's upset is because she knows she should be murdering me, and she's not. Well, now she is. Okay, this is unwinnable now. This is totally unwinnable. was some poor play. I'm gonna play like, I don't know, a couple more, but I'm just like, it's late. I slept like 4 hours last night. I don't know. I'm making excuses, but I'm not at my peak anymore at this point. And I also like, so I have the benefit of having a really high win rate right now. And so what that means is that even if I'm playing pretty poorly, it still makes sense for me to play. That is not true if you have a 52% win rate or something. If you have a 52% win rate, that means that when you're playing poorly, you're probably losing. More than you're winning, right? So, if you're tired, if you're playing poorly. So yeah, I think like you kind of have to like manage to your win rate in terms of how long you keep playing this game. I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I like build it now or if I'm gonna like just equivocate. That's what I'm gonna do. But I don't feel super happy about the option. I feel like I'm just like playing slow, and I feel like I'll be taken advantage of. And I want to just like go all in on this, but I could be taken advantage of so easily by yellow. I'm worried because now, other players are gaining momentum, and I clearly need to make a move, right? Why is no one contesting this? That's a great question. Why is no one contesting this? Who am I playing against? Okay, so I don't really love having... like, that sort of tower is not as useful against a double Pahom lineup. Just like, they can just take your tower, they can take your asset, and they can turn it into a liability so easily. There's just... You know what I mean? Like, if this was a tower, how would I be able to get it back? But here, because it was just a... oh, that's an accident. Those situations are always just, like, races. Because the races, sometimes you can catch people off guard, and they do things like this. They just, like, leave things uncovered, and they don't watch it. You can leave things uncovered, that happens all the time, but you can't not watch it. I shouldn't have used that there. Alright, I saw that coming. Like, there's like a frustration where it's like, I should be making headway, but I'm not. And you just like, you can just smell the surrender coming. New level reached. I think the passives are stupid, by the way. Like, sure, whatever. But like, here's the thing. Because I have a high win rate, and that means that I will have a lower number of wins in order to get me to a certain elo. And because of that, it means that I will always be fighting against people that have superior characteristics to mine, and I hate that. Like, I think that's stupid. Okay, so by the way, I do not know what the ideal start to this is. I know it is not accidentally sinking 100% of your units into something like that. So it looks like they fucked up pretty badly though, so it really doesn't matter. See how like even after I called out that I was at 100% here, I just like didn't change it. It's just, I'm just really tired right now. I'm just not doing things that make sense. Just like testing here a little bit. A lot of times people leave their forges unprotected for some fucking reason. Like, not even like, nothing even nearby, you know? At this point, he's really starved for starved for power. So when I take away his units, I take away literally the only thing he has going for him. It's pretty bad. It's pretty devastating for me to have this many forges and this many units. You do not want to have me to have a lead in both. Okay, so that probably has 80 units in it. That's okay. I thought I was going to lose that actually, so let's kind of stop paying attention to it. I'd really like to turn this tower into something useful. That'd be really nice. I feel like I'm kind of stalling out here in terms of what I'm doing. That one was kind of... I really struggle with that one. I've gotten better at it now, but it's one of those things where I don't know whether to go all in on forages or go all in on production units. So like I just split the difference, and what I find is that people either go all the way one way or all the way the other, and it's usually abusable. And so I'll just abuse whatever decision they made, and that's a good enough answer. But I'm not super happy with my opener on that. It's just kind of what I want. Okay, so I like that they took that first, and I kind of wish that I had done that too. Maybe you just build units so quickly with those. I feel like I have to do this now. This is one of those situations where they just kind of like let me get away with it, which I appreciate. And I think they'll do it again too. Oh. But unfortunately, I'm retarded. I did not register that I was playing against Rudo, by the way. So, kudos to me for that little piece of genius. Didn't I take that back? This is just an absolute debacle. This is so bad. This is the worst thing. God, that was so hard to take back. Just like, with that much morale. Yeah. When he has that much morale, it's just so difficult to fight back. So what happened there is that I made a couple of bad decisions at the beginning, and I didn't really like commit to either responding to it or ignoring it. I honestly think I probably could have won by going either way, but instead I like kind of waited to see what happened. And when you have multiple opponents on the same map, one of the complex things about it is when do they fail? When does your opponent fail? Because when one opponent drops out of the game, suddenly it like leaves a power vacuum, and your other opponent is able to take advantage of that, but you're not because you're too far away. Okay, so what should we do here? I guess we should make a forge and then just wait to be able to take this one? Is that right? Who are we playing against? 75? Oh, I mean, we can take it now. It's another one of those things where, like, I know if my opponent were better, he would take advantage of this decision that I made, but he's not. So, you know, he won't, and I don't know exactly what the right call was, but I can tell you for sure that the wrong call was doing nothing there. I just kind of figured that I could maybe nab that. Now I kind of regret it, because he doesn't know this, but I'm really low on troop count there. What's going on here? going better. That's what should have happened the first time. Okay, so now we have an issue, right? He's counting down faster than I am. So what we are going to need to do is as soon as he starts moving troops, I would do this anyway, but I think he's going to give me enough time. Okay, yeah, no, that worked out perfectly. He sank a bunch of troops into there, so it was a really effective way to just cut down the number of troops that he had available to him. I think I might be able to defend this anyway. And out he goes. Out he goes, even though his counter was going fast, or his counter was lower than mine. So all he needed to do was just defend those two things for like, and we both had 2 items. So I think his counter was at 122. He stopped. He left with 122 left, and it was moving at double speed because he had 2 structures. So that means he had 1 minute. He just needed to defend for 1 minute, and he would have won. 1 minute. And you give up? I mean, that's crazy. And even if I had taken one of the structures during that time, it still would have been okay. Like, let's say he had held out 50 seconds, then he needs to hold out with the last structure for 20 seconds. I mean, like, the math does not favor me there. I think I probably could have won, but it would by no means have been a sure thing. Alright. So we need to get this forge going here earlier rather than later. I think I can take this right now. Who do we got? So I actually have no idea what this guy does. I have straight up no idea what that dude does. He does like some like, I don't know, some like paper and pencil and shit. He's like supposed to be really smart or something. I don't know, but like I don't actually know what his abilities are. I think maybe one of his abilities is that he can like upgrade something like right away with no cost or something like that. I think I remember seeing something like that, but that honestly could be the wrong one. I was hoping you would do this. Oh fuck, that was not good timing. Oh, that timing was so bad. Oh no, fuck. Okay. God, look at the effect of that morale, that's so bad. He doesn't even know how close that was. Okay. So this is honestly pretty dire. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to get structures that allow me to defend. Because as far as I know, he doesn't have any, like, displacement abilities. Like, he doesn't have any abilities that, you know, would, oh shit. I should not have done that. Alright, I need to, like, send reinforcements in here. Alright, this is, like, the dance that you always dance with situations like this. You kind of try to and again, we're in a situation where we are just trying to defend. We are just trying to not lose. So far, we have not lost, so Guys, I feel like this has been a huge success. I don't even know what I mean when I say guys. Like, who am I talking to exactly? I don't know. I'd like to use my ultimate on this building. I wish I knew what his abilities did. I'm going to send some follow-up units. That was really delayed, by the way. I think I may have actually just killed my own troops there. I don't have time to actually convert it for real, so I will just use that ability. I have no idea what this does. I think maybe it doubles its effectiveness, so it's like he has 2 forges. I don't know. Fucking. I know it's not good for me, whatever it is. This is good for me, though. So it's happening right now where he has a really high troop concentration that really isn't doing him any favors. It's very distributed. It's easy for me to... see, here it's happening again, where he knows he should be winning, but he's playing poorly, and he senses that he's not going to win. And that sensing isn't necessarily true, but that's not what matters. What matters is that he feels like he's not going to win, and he just gives up. And I feel like this is a game of making your opponent give up, or running over them. One of the two. And actually, like, I feel like I've known that this was a theme, but until I started talking about this out loud here, I don't think I realized how much of a theme it was. Alright, so with this map, I think the important thing is to get your second middle structure. Oh, whoops. I probably should just turn that into a 4. So the first middle structure is kind of like a gimme. Like everyone's going to get one, probably. Who's going more slowly? I don't really know. But I should be able to take one now. But the second structure is what gives you an advantage that you can kind of parlay. I think I might be able to just take his from him. Alright, now what would be huge is if I could just... Well, that's already huge. I don't like this. I just don't have enough units to respond to this sort of thing. So like, very small number of units can just crush me. But I don't, like, it's not like a losing thing, it's just like a, just my life will get harder kind of thing. And the reason it's not a losing thing is because I have all this stuff going on over here. And like now I have these units back, and like really he should be kind of working harder to get, you know, get in on all this stuff, but he isn't, and I feel okay about that. It's not unwinnable for him by any means, though. I actually think he has it. I do appreciate him giving me all this morale, though. Okay, so... like, it's almost frustrating. Like, come on, play! I feel like I definitely... Like, in his shoes, I definitely feel like I could have won. In fact, I think I would have won. I don't know. People just give up too easily. And they, like... it's not just that they give up too easily, I think it's also that they don't like take the step back, you know? They don't think like, okay, I'm in a bad position, what do I do about it? Fuck. I was playing the wrong mode, and now this guy has... There's no way he left it with that many units, is it? Surely not. Okay, nope. I might have lost just for wanting to know the answer to that question. But he's going to have such a unit advantage here. Maybe I'll do something else stupid. Oh, he will. Well, that's nice. Alright, so he has 50 units there, almost certainly, right? So... Oh. Oh no, that was alright. That, by the way, it's like an okay skill, but like... I honestly think that people use it poorly. Like, I feel like if you're delaying the inevitable... I don't know, maybe there's a better time for it. Maybe not though, I don't know. Okay. So, so far so good. I think this is a really good situation. And I actually... Okay, so... Guys, are you ready for this shit? Let's see if this works. Oh, motherfucker. It will not work because there's another fucking structure over here. Okay. Oops. I missed it. There were 3. Okay, so that shit happens all the time. I think one thing that I'm trying to learn is just keeping an eye on my unit count versus those like domination buildings or whatever, the King of the Hill buildings. I don't know which ones are which, but the ones where we have to take all of them, you win. Like a lot of times, there's just an opportunity to straight up win by just like a crazy commitment, and like it's a certainty because their units are unable to respond quickly enough. So that's pretty ideal. All right, so. Let's get this going. This map is just all about getting into the middle. It's just all about getting into the middle. See how he's like still just chilling out on his side? Like, he has no fucking chance at this point. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, he's just moving at such a slow pace, relatively speaking. So I kind of thought that this might happen. Like, it honestly doesn't matter that much even if he succeeds. Like, there is no win condition that involves, like, him getting one building over here, because I have my ultimate stored up. So, like, let's say that he manages to sink 200 units into a building. Okay, like, well, now it's 20 or less. I think it's 95% actually, so it's 10. So there's just like there is no win there. It's just the wrong call. I've done it before. I get it. Oh my god. Where am I? Oh no. I was the wrong player. Oh no. Okay guys, this will be a challenge. How to win when you think you're the other player at the beginning, and so you end up with shit like this. God damn it. I was really hoping I could at least keep that, and then, like, at least I accomplished something. But nope, I just accomplished nothing. I guess I probably used a small, like, unit count, maybe, from him. And that is it. I've been accidentally grabbing this building when I don't mean to. It's unfortunate. Alright, now we're going for the morale play. This is not even, like, strategically a very important building, but taking it will shatter his morale. Oh, whoops. I didn't actually mean to lose that one, but yeah. Alright, I will stop recording as soon as I lose a game. Which is not happening that much. But it's certainly happening some. One of the reasons I like Kenor's is that I don't feel like there's any like hard counters to him. Like if I play another character, I feel like, oh, this is interesting. Okay. By the way, I think that it is much more important to have a plan than to be perfectly efficient. I think one of the ways I feel like I'm usually one of the more efficient. Like at my level, I'm one of the more efficient people, believe it or not. But I think one of the ways that people lose to me that are more efficient is that I think I always have, like, I always know what I want out of the map. I always know what I'm looking for. And it just makes it so that there are fewer situations where I'm taking actions that don't actually contribute to what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So, you know, here, like, on this map, I knew that what I wanted was to make sure that I got this, like, mushroom dude thing first. And because I knew that, all my actions were going toward getting closer to that. I also knew that I didn't care if he took this tower, because my plan is to take it. Because I actually wanted to take it rather than attacking it. Because you know what kills morale is losing something that you should not have lost. When the units are really dense like that, that W skill is really, really strong. I should be converting things to forges, shouldn't I? Okay. However, on the same note, I have now lost track of what I want out of this map. Like, I currently don't have a plan. To be fair, I guess I don't technically need a plan, because right now if I just don't die, I win. But I'd rather not wait all that time, so let's just start taking strategic positions. This is not a strategic position here, this red building that I'm attacking. However, it is a very easily defensible position. And every time that you, like, when you're in that place where there's, like, sort of a momentary equilibrium, taking a building has a really high effect on morale. And I don't mean that in the game mechanics sense, I mean it in the terms of the opposite player sense. So just taking those, like, low-hanging fruit can be really, really powerful, especially while you create sort of a more elaborate plan. Although, honestly, I was so far ahead, it kind of almost didn't matter. It was just a matter of whether I wanted to wait the full 2 minutes or whatever it would have taken to end the game. Alright, so this is a free-for-all. Good chance of losing here. I absolutely hate, what's his name with the bucket? Sorry, I'm really bad with the the names. Oh, and here I'm doing the 100% thing, so that's awesome. Alright, so I don't need to build a forge, I can just take one. I'm gonna take that one. Red's unit count is really low right now. I'm just gonna see if I can take advantage of that. Sure enough, I can. So I do need to watch out for Rudo. Okay, I don't want this to be happening really. This is... Okay, so I think he just used the cloud to cover the fact that he was taking that tower, which I honestly feel okay about. But apparently there are not a lot of units in it, so I guess I'll take it. That's interesting. I don't know why you would take that tower and then not defend it. So I do hate where my I do hate where these forges are located. I'm tempted to just like turn them into something else here. At least one of them. I think I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna turn this into... Maybe I should turn that into a forge. No, I'll take this one and turn it into a forge, or one of the other ones. I think I have a little bit of Moro, that's his name. I hate him so much. And the reason is because it's like... So it's a little bit like Kenor, in that there's just like one ability that's kind of a free take. It just like... Now he just has that building, right? And like he doesn't have it in any sense, but you are deprived of it for sure. Like there is no counterplay to it. Well, that's really frustrating. You know, at least like there's counterplays to, you know, to what Kenor does. It's just difficult. Okay, I should be making plays here, but instead I'm just like getting all psyched about increasing unit count. Oh, and he does have, what's it called, that, Rudo does have his ultimate, so I do need to be careful of that. It's not that hard to take back the buildings, it's just, okay, so see, like, there's no counterplay, it's just annoying. I mean, okay, now that's off the map. It's not even that it's, like, a particularly devastating ability. It can be, but... I don't know, I don't play against many good Maros, I guess. I guess the way I see this, I just... There's no way he out-units me, so like... I may as well commit the units. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for this. Is anyone surprised that Rudo died, by the way? You know, I like Rudo. I actually really like playing him, but I don't think he's good. I don't think he's viable. He just doesn't have answers to so many things. And when you have a hero that doesn't have answers, he just loses a lot. Again, just kind of like keeping him on his toe. And okay, I really should be using my ultimate right now. That's another thing. So this is something I learned from Dota. I used to play Dota. Something I learned from Dota is use your skills. Like, use your damn abilities. Push your buttons. Every time it comes off cooldown, you should be ready for it. You should be thinking, okay, you know, this is what I was planning to do once this ability came off cooldown. It shouldn't be like, oh, it's off cooldown, like, oh, maybe I guess I can do something with it. No, like, you need to be thinking about when, like, your ability comes off cooldown and what you plan to do with it. And so when it's ready, you need to do something with it immediately. So when I find myself in a situation like that, where I just had, like, no particular plan, but I had my ultimate ready, that doesn't make any sense, because my ultimate makes me so much stronger. As soon as he did that, I won. I think he stuck around for the right amount of time there. And I think the full commitment push there was the right move. Like, it only would have worked if I had not left troops in those buildings, which would have been stupid of me, but people have done stupider things. But he needed to do that. He needed to secure those buildings, because it, as it was, it just acted as a staging point. And you can't succeed if they have a staging point right in the middle of your base. There's just no way. Okay, so I need to be moving faster here. This is actually like ruinously slow, and I'm hoping he didn't catch on. So I want to forge, but I don't want to forge there. That's for fucking sure. And I'm just about to the point where, can I do this already? I'm gonna try it. Come on, if I screw this up, that will be a big problem. Okay, good. Okay, so this puts me in a really good position. It just means that, like, they are definitely playing on the defensive. I feel like that was really easy to counterplay. I mean, given I cut it a little bit close, but, like, here's the thing. Even if it had succeeded, it wouldn't have been that big a deal. That's the problem. If you push for something hard, it needs to be worth getting. It needs to make a difference if you succeed. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm sure my win rate against Rudo is like 90% or something. I very rarely lose to Rudo. I just want mana. And I can afford the units. And I can afford to have 2 forges because I have... Here's how this plays out. And that's kind of what I thought. I think handling those delicate situations is not like... Here's the thing, like, I was going to win either way. However, the better you handle it, the more likely it is that they'll bail out. You know, even though I talk about, you know, when they bail out, it's frustrating. Also, it's just faster to gain elo if they're bailing. I actually really like this map. I think it's really interesting. So obviously controlling this middle area is key. So we're going to go ahead and take enough units here, and then we're just going to, like, circle around. Alright, so we're only going to build to level 3. And by the way, I think... So I wish someone had done some math on this that I felt good about. But level 3 is where it's at. Level 3 is where it's at. Who am I playing against? Okay, I just had to make sure I wasn't playing against Rudo. Like, honestly, playing against Rudo is different than playing against anyone else. just like, you just can't do certain things. Your timing is just different. Man, I love that people do this. Really, they should take the tower, but they don't. They bypass the tower, and then I have the tower, and I have the production things. Buildings. Whatever. Let's see if I can get this one too. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. What I wanted is to stage a weak enough defense that he felt like he could take the building. If he feels like he can take the building, then he will use his ultimate, I can do this, and now I have the building again, but he's down an ultimate, and he won't have it again, like, for that amount of time. That's huge. Oh, that was a nice move. I like that. And all I need to do is prevent that. It's just to upgrade the structure. I really never upgrade any of those? Jeez. It's weird not to be able to see any of this. I'm just like, I don't know. Honestly, like, this favors me so much, I'm gonna look at this. It would totally serve me right to lose right now, by the way, after saying shit like that. But it would be a struggle to lose. Okay. So, magically, this, despite the fact that, like, I'm obviously gonna win, this is what will make him give up. I send a bunch of units, and I will max out his shield. I don't even care. And I just take a building of my choice. He doesn't actually see anything. Oh, well, okay. I guess he did the equivalent of giving up. He just emptied out while I had 200 units in his base. Okay, I actually thought he was going to leave, so. Oops. My bad. One of the nice things about recording this, this is the first time I'm recording. One of the nice things about recording it is I can actually look and see what elo I was at the beginning of the night. Jeez. I don't know. Have I ever even played this map? This does not look familiar at all. Not like the general map looks familiar, but this version of it doesn't. Whatever that is. I guess all I can do is just like try to move kind of quickly and start taking objectives. Just do some objective-based gaming here. As long as I'm taking structures. Which I need a forge. Oh, I already have a forge. I have one. I need more, but whatever. I need to do things. I need to do things now. Who am I playing against? Okay. Not Rudo. Honestly, so many times the answer to that question is just not Rudo. It's the only thing that even matters to me. I think I can just... Oh. Okay, that was a really good tornado. That was an overly good tornado, actually. I wish that had not been such a good tornado. Alright, well... I'm gonna send a couple into this just to see if it's like... Yeah, it is. So, a lot of times people just leave it like... Just because it has one unit in it, when you originally capture it does not mean that it's okay to protect it with one unit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why that happens so often, but so frequently people just like very poorly defend things if they found it poorly defended in the first place. Alright. So I see what... Oh, you're not doing that. What are you doing? Can I do what I thought you were doing? Honestly, I think so. Yeah. I thought that's what he was doing, and I thought it was a good idea. I didn't think that he had the units to do it, but I thought it was, like, I think it's clever. And, like, it's an interesting way to kind of outplay someone that's winning. Is to, you know, when it's like a 60-40 thing against you, instead of when it's a 90-10 thing, you make sort of a Hail Mary pass that can suddenly result in victory. I think that's a good idea a lot of times. Just if you're detecting that you're outmatched. Okay. I know that I cannot take that. I know for sure. And unfortunately, everybody else did too. Okay. Apparently we're doing this. It's dangerous to upgrade this, but I'm doing it. Okay. I think that was the right balance, actually. I feel... Oh, interesting. Actually, for some reason I thought that was his last structure. Okay, now I feel really good about this. So from a unit count perspective, it's actually pretty close. But I don't think it'll stay close. It's a little dangerous to build these too aggressively. But I want one of these. That's what I really want. I want this to be a forge. Okay, he's gonna let me do it. That could have been bad. Oh my god, I hate this fucking level. It is such a piece of shit. Like, what's the skill idea here? Like, is the notion that really what I should be doing, like counting seconds? Is that what I should be doing? If I was a good player? Because that's just so lame. I just hate it so much. I know I'm just being whiny, but I don't know. It feels like RNG, and it feels like the thing that would be required to make it not RNG. Yeah, there's no way he takes that. I hope that might happen. Okay. If he'd done it against, like, the Forge is, like, objectively the better choice for that move. I don't know why I went with that. Like, I had it poorly defended, which he didn't know, obviously. But also, there were a lot of other things about it that made it a better choice. But the biggest one is that the forge would just be more useful. I like this. I think I can just skirt around it anyway. But I thought that was nice commitment to the, you know what I mean? They're just like, they're not going to give it up. I said that I wasn't going to quit until I lost a game, but if I don't lose a game at some point, I'm going to need to go to bed. Alright. This is one of those levels. This is like an economy level, you know what I mean? Whoever manages their economy best will win. I'm gonna go for this one first. I am gonna build a forge first. Did I make it? No, I didn't. I'm just like fat fingering things. That was using my W is totally unnecessary there. It was borderline irresponsible. Sort of like what I'm doing right now. This is like not a well-considered action. I don't have any reason to feel confident that I'm going to succeed here. And that's the thing, like he has that counterplay and it hadn't been used yet. So that's always my least favorite time to use that sort of ability, is when like there's a known counterplay that hasn't been used and it's like, am I just wasting it? But God, I almost want to lose at this point, I'm so tired. Okay, so he's backing up, you know what I mean? Like he is gearing up to do a thing. I don't lose as much morale as you would think doing things like that, because I do gain morale for every strike that I get with a tower. So it's actually really not that bad. I don't like this waiting, but I feel like I need that. So I feel like I need to bait out an ability here. I thought he was going to send more units there. That would be nice too. That's okay. I mean, like, now that the timer is off cooldown, like, but I do still need to bait out his abilities. So I need to make it feel like a real attack, you know what I mean? Okay, that made no sense. I mean, like, he did kind of go all in with the play, but, like, that made no sense. There's no reason he should have dropped out there. I swear, people try one thing, and if it doesn't work, if people don't just, like, fall over to their, like, incredible intellect and capability, they're like, screw it. There's no possible way that I can win now. Okay, this is an interesting play. I feel like almost everyone plays this level wrong. And I'm nervous that people will take advantage, but it doesn't seem like they are. And oh, actually, I think I should be taking advantage. I think that's what's happening. That's why I was so confused. I was like, there's no way he has all of those buildings, and also it's so hard for me to multitask right now. Okay, so these are so key. But unfortunately, because of that like ridiculous and like non-productive thing that I engaged in, I'm like behind on other structures. It doesn't matter that much though on this map. What matters is that when I have my ultimate, I use it to secure one of the valuable structures. And also that I keep screwing with this guy. See, like, arguably I might lose the game because I chose to screw with him instead of, like, saving up my mana, but... He has 130 left. It makes me think I might be able to just, like... Alright, this is not good. I don't like this at all. It seems like he focused it all on literally one building, though. So he basically just fed me morale. That's all that just happened. There was no chance of that succeeding. Why would he do that? Okay. I want 2 of the 3 buildings. That's what I want. I still think I'll get it. Alright, now I take one of his. Maybe. Okay, so he's used his ultimate, but he didn't actually stop my ultimate, right? So, like, ultimately that was a losing proposition for him. I don't know how forges. What has been going on? Like, who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Am I awake? Are you awake? Are any of us awake? What does it mean to be awake? Is that even a knowable question? That takes the cake for the worst use of that ability tonight. You always need to send more than 80 units to take these because they build up so quickly. Okay, so that was interesting. The dynamics on that map are that those like the green like fertile areas where the units grow really quickly, it is so impactful that it almost doesn't matter what else you have. So like I don't know, it was getting a little dangerous there with red, but it still didn't end up mattering. Okay, what do I do? See how much slower I'm going? really no reason I should be moving this slowly. I just like lose. I just like space out. It's a very frustrating environment in which. Okay, this is good though. So you can see how slowly he's moving as well, which is advantageous for me. I'm gonna take this building over here. I'm gonna take this building here. Oh, interesting. That is not what I expected at all. Actually, like, I actually think I'm gonna turn this into a forge, because if he doesn't move, like, quickly, that ends up being really powerful. Okay. He's moving units out. This is what I wait for, like, wait for him to expend something, to give some information, and to just, like, and see, by the way, how, like, I don't know, this is a, oh man, I was really hoping he would attack that. But even this is not like, I'm gonna lose one of them for sure, but like, he's gonna expend a lot of units, and he's not gonna get both of them. Whereas when I do this, it won't even be a question. Okay, so now he put a bunch of units here. I'm actually happy about that, though. Basically, what that means, as far as I'm concerned, is that he used a bunch of mana, and he put the units in a place where I can kill them. So, thank you. You know, I appreciate that. Okay, so I am at a huge advantage now, so I just need to, like, send my shit. Like, literally just, like, I'm not even bothering to, like, do the normal things that I would do, just in terms of, like, ordering that, like, kind of keeping them together, because it doesn't even fucking matter. Actually, it's not mattering. I might have to regret this. No. Nope, it's fine. Yeah, it's in, like, each one of those situations is so devastating to him. And he doesn't have another one of those tornadoes, you know? Like... in these stages, because, like, I don't even remember what her skills are. I just figure, like, as long as I don't do anything right next to each other, like, as long as I don't put too many eggs in one basket, basically, this is gonna go for, like, this is going phenomenally well, and for some reason he hasn't built a forge. That, like, he just deserves every loss he ever has for not building a forge here. Why would you do that? No one knows. Again, he goes for the village. He should have gone for the forge. I was not protecting it adequately, and it's a more valuable capture. The only advantage to capturing a production building instead is that it like brings it down to a lower level, and it's like, okay, but it takes 30 plus seconds for you to get your troops from your side of the map to the other. I can have it rebuilt in that time, and like, it's not like those, you know, a couple dozen units are going to be the difference between, like, winning and losing. But what might be is you have a ton of units attacking my building, And having a forge or not having a forge could absolutely make the difference between failure and success. Absolutely. Okay, I think by the time I get over here, I will have a Q, which means that I can actually defend this move. Which is not true for him. So I don't think that he can defend the move that he just made. I think that I end up... Oh, shit, but it's Rudo. Oh, no, it's fucking Rudo. Oh, I have made such a mistake. Oh, no. I have such regrets. I have such regrets. Can you also defend that? Like, seriously? Oh my god, I fucked up so badly. Okay, guys, this is the one I lose. This is definitely the one I lose. I can go for this one, but, like, if he's not the biggest moron ever, he's gonna attack me. Yeah, okay, there we go. I thought he was only gonna attack that building at first, and I was gonna be like, listen, dude. Oh, look at my little guys. Okay, thank God, I can finally end this recording. I can't imagine anyone actually watching all the way through that. But if you did, you should go to bed too. Okay. Bye. You know, I said bye, but actually I need to like figure out how to turn this off. Okay. Now bye.